Welcome to Mind Designs, where you get short tips and tricks to build a better business. Today we are going to show you step by step what you need to do to create an amazing brand. And by the end of the video, you'll be better prepared to create your own brand or work with a designer who can create the brand for you. There are many ways you can go about creating a brand. Some are way more complex than others, but our method is very simple, consisting of 5 steps which we're about to cover. Let's start with the brand vision. In this step, we define what is the brand about. Who is it for? What is the story behind it? And what you want it to communicate? Ask yourself, what do you want your audience to think about when they see your brand? What is the message you want to send out to the world? And who do you want to hear it? Are you communicating professionalism, friendliness, elegance, or exclusivity? Do you relate to a certain group of people? Sporty people, mothers, gym junkies, tradies? Whoever your audience might be, make sure that the message your brand is communicating to them is tailored for them. By defining your brand vision, you will be better equipped to design your brand and complete the next 4 steps successfully. The first step is the logo design. The logo needs to be simple, easy to recognize, and memorable. We recommend to start by sketching as many designs as possible of elements related to your brand and what you think would go well with the logo. For logo colors, choose the one related to what you offer. For example, fast food services usually use yellows and reds because it provokes hunger. Health brands usually go with the color of green because it's closer to nature. And tech companies typically use different variations of blue because it represents intelligence, trustworthy, and maturity. As you might have figured out, choosing your logo colors really has to do with the emotions those colors portray. This is a very common practice when it comes to choosing your logo colors. You can easily find a color emotion guide on the internet and pick the emotions that are best suited for the brand you are trying to build. Also, do not be afraid to experiment with simple line styles with the letters of your business name and simple shapes. You will find that logos of many successful brands are very simple and easy to recognize, like the M for the McDonald's or the G for Google. Let's move on to color selection. If you already chose some colors for your logo, then these would make up your primary colors. If you chose black and white for your logo, these will also be your primary colors. Your color palette should consist of 2 to 3 primary colors and up to 4 secondary colors. You don't want to overload your brand with different types of colors because then it will make it harder to recognize. So keep it simple. Color sets the mood of your brand expression. And more importantly, it creates a mental association to the meaning of your brand and what it represents. So choose your colors wisely because they need to create a lasting memory. And they work better if they are more connected with the service or product that you offer. It's always a good practice to look around and see what your competitors are using in their brand to get some ideas and inspiration. You'll find that a lot of competitors share similar colors or a variation of. The fonts you choose for your brands are very important because they embody the character and spirit of your brand. So look back at the brand vision you developed and see what sort of fonts will work with that character that you have built. Every font has a unique personality and purpose. Therefore, it is super important to know which font matches the intended tone you are trying to communicate with your brand. Serif fonts portray tradition, sophistication, and formal tone. Sans serif fonts are modern, humanist, and neutral. Slab serifs are bold and contemporary. Script fonts are elegant, classic, stylish, and formal. Choose the one that suits best for your brand. There's plenty of info online about each type of these fonts and what they represent, so make sure you take that step. Finally, you only need to choose 1 to 2 fonts for your brand, and make sure that whatever font you choose, that is super legible and easy to read, and not too artsy-fartsy. The last step is to develop a guideline for graphic aesthetics. The image you use across all your marketing should have a consistent style and theme. This is often an overlooked factor that can make a difference between a brand that seems amateur and one that is polished and results in more trust. For starters, you should consider some key points, whether you're using illustrations or real photos, or if you're going to use text on images or just images with no text. The colors you're using, and also what sort of filters you might have on those images. You want to ensure that whatever you choose, make sure that you are consistent and coherent so your brand message stays the same. And try to avoid stock images that look too stocky. Those are the worst ones that you can use for your business, and it will make it look amateur or even fake in some situations. And this brings us to the end of the video. I hope I gave you some value. If you want to watch more of this sort of content, please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you have any questions or anything like that, please comment below and I'll catch you in the next time.